Something pretty wild just went down in London, and honestly it says a lot about the current state of protest, free speech, and government power. So here's the scene. Over 500 pro-Palestinian protesters gathered right outside the UK Parliament, but this wasn't just another rally. This time people were intentionally daring the police, literally holding up signs that said, "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine Action." Why is that a big deal? Well, Parliament passed a new law in July, straight up banning the group called Palestine Action and making it a crime to publicly support them. That law came after some pretty bold activists broke into a Royal Air Force base, vandalizing military planes to protest Britain's support for Israel's offensive in Gaza. Now, supporters say this law is a direct attack on free speech. They argue, hey, protesting is not terrorism. But the government? They're saying that when activism crosses the line into damaging property or risking safety, it's something else entirely. Saturday's protest was basically a showdown. The protesters wanted to get arrested, not because they love jail, but to make a point. If hundreds of people break this new law at once, can the police realistically arrest everyone? In the end, London police arrested 365 people. Organizers called that a major embarrassment for the government, claiming the law is unworkable and making the police look bad. But police fired back, saying, "Nah, we got nearly everyone who supported the banned group." It's a messy back and forth, and it's not just about Palestine Action or even just about the war in Gaza. It's about what counts as protest, what gets labeled as terrorism, and whether the government can draw that line without crushing free expression. Supporters of Palestine Action are fighting the ban in court, arguing that calling nonviolent direct action terrorism is a dangerous road. If causing embarrassment or economic damage counts as terrorism, they say, then where does protest end and crime begin? And this is all happening during a weekend packed with demonstrations. Pro-Palestinian marches on Saturday, calls for the release of Israeli hostages on Sunday, and heated protests about immigration. London's basically become a pressure cooker of political tensions. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is caught in the middle. On one hand, he's pushing to recognize a Palestinian state, which angers Israel. On the other, pro-Palestinian voices say he's not doing nearly enough to end the war in Gaza. So, what's next? The courts will weigh in on the ban. The protests probably won't stop anytime soon. And the debate about where protest ends and public safety begins keeps getting louder. One thing's for sure, the streets of London are anything but quiet right now, and the world is watching.